Hey guys, welcome to Two Beards Podcast. I say that weird. Two Beards. I felt like I just said that awkward. Anyways, I'm Nick. This is Levi, and today we're doing the normal thing, right?
Wish you weren't so awkward, bud.
He's been saving that one for a while, probs.
Yeah, it's actually it feels weird because we actually haven't had a podcast with two beers that's like a normal, non-filmy podcast in a minute.
One or two. Yeah.
Like 3 episodes now, so
yeah.
Just taking it easy today.
Yep, taking it easy. Let them know what we're drinking today.
We are drinking the Yakima Valley Fresh Hop IPA from Seven Seas Brewery. Same brewery that had the Willie Mays. So if you still haven't seen that on YouTube, go check it out. But yeah, this is the new fresh hop since we're now in hop season. Yay.
And all of 9 days ago. So
nice and fresh.
Pretty fucking fresh. I love it.
We have had a few of these already. We actually went to Seven Seas on release day. Not for release day.
Very accidental.
But on release day. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, not mad about it. That was a very happy accident. Just eating some fucking burgers and I was like, oh, hey, check out these fresh hot beers all of a sudden.
Yeah, so we went to Seven Seas Brewing and they don't have food. They kind of have food there. There's a shop called Built. It's in the Tacoma Brewing. But you can bring your own food in. It's tap room. And so I ordered some burgers on DoorDash for us. DoorDash either didn't input the Seven Seas address or didn't update to Seven Seas. It was just at my house. Luckily, Elizabeth was at my house. She was meeting us there, so she got the burgers. But I tried to call the DoorDash lady. Didn't work. Tried to message her. Didn't work. I was going out of the building, see if it was a service issue. Nope, I don't know.
So what you're saying is iOS 12 has a bug too.
Yeah, fuck off. And come back in the building, and right there in the entrance of the building, when Nick and I totally didn't see when we walked in,
no.
And had already ordered beers, not this one, unfortunately. Yeah. And I was like, and we were talking about it at Seven Seas on the bar, like, we need to figure out which breweries are doing fresh hop beers.
Right.
I'm like, go back to the seat. And I was like, so today.
This is a thing. Took a picture of it.
Yeah. I'm like, this right here is happening.
Like, we'll look up and like, I don't see on the signs anywhere. And then like as we're about to order it, they literally throw the sign up. We're like, we'll have one of those.
I will be doing at least one of those today.
At least. I think we did 3.
So.
Yep.
Well, probably 2 of these and one of whatever other beer we ordered. I think so.
I think so.
But yeah.
That was a good time. Love Seven Seas. They do good stuff. So, but I'm so excited for fresh hop stuff. Like you were telling me, Georgetown has theirs. It is out now on draft there, but not cans yet or at all.
It sounds like this one is a limited release and won't be canned.
So we'll have to go there.
Yeah,
makes sense. They posted Lagunitas posted theirs, which always super stoked for. That's one of my favorite beers. Fucking good.
That one hasn't been.
Right.
They haven't said the release date yet, but
it's usually like October. So they usually do it.
They're like, guess.
They did that last year, but you like win something if you,
do you?
Yeah, if you guess like the right day or something.
Well, I guessed yesterday, so
yeah, there goes that.
It's called Born Again yesterday, so it's like,
you should have said it again.
Try me. Oh yeah, maybe. I don't know.
But anyways, what's your first thought when you take a sip of this beer here?
Well, my first thought is there's actually like a nice, comfy cloud of head on this beer.
Yep. Yeah.
Which I really appreciate.
Same.
Second thought is it's surprisingly bitter.
Yes. For how light it is.
It's light and like usually on fresh hop, you kind of like expect some more juicy,
Mhm.
citrusy flavors. Not quite as bitter. This one's very bitter.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much all I'm getting to. I don't really want to expand much more. I mean, we both have already had a lot of time to like process this beer since we've had it a couple times now already. So I don't really want to because I could totally just jump right into it and like pick this apart. But
I mean, can do.
Could do.
Switch it up.
If you want to, we can. Otherwise, we're just gonna move on. Honestly.
Nick's obsessed with his phone today.
That's not true.
He updated to iOS 13, which is also released today, so I feel sorry for him.
That's about all I got to say about that. Nothing special. Now there's the new iPhone. Pretty depressing. Pretty expected. He's probably laughing at all of the memes.
There's been a lot of memes.
They're pretty funny, honestly.
The new iPhone looks like a stovetop.
The cooktop's a good one. I like that. Yeah. There was the Minion one. That was pretty funny.
Yeah. If you haven't seen the new iPhone yet, go just look it up and type in iPhone 11 memes. Yeah.
They're funny.
I'm also laughing because you and I are both fans of Apple.
Yeah.
And the entire live stream presentation thing they did, we just shit on Apple the entire time.
We're just sitting at work and like messaging each other back and forth like, the fuck is this? Oh, look at me, I'm at fuck you. Like just shitting on everything they do. Like, oh, you're really gonna fucking open up with Arcade? Are you kidding me?
Dude, I was thinking about this again today because I saw someone tweet about, they said something about like all the 2020 phone streams or announcements are just going to focus heavily on the camera, except the iPhone, because they already did it.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
And then something about and focusing on gaming, and I'm like, who is mobile gaming?
I don't get. Well,
I feel like I did Clash of Clans for like 2 years, and then I never wanted to touch a game on.
Well, so these
my phone again.
The freemium games are pretty popular now. And even I played one, and I would like to kind of get back into it. The Star Wars one that I played, and they now have a Marvel one that's almost the exact same thing. Marvel Strike Force.
I don't know anything about them.
So. They're both free to play games, and they just have microtransactions. I fucking hate it. But it works.
I just don't get it.
People spend so much money on these games.
I know there's a market. Like, I get that there's a market for this because of that exact reasons.
Right.
I mean, I played Clash of Clans with I remember being in a clan that was like, one of the top clans or whatever, and people were dropping like $200 a month.
It's nuts, yeah.
I'm just like,
yeah.
I never did it.
No, me neither.
I'm just like, why?
No, me neither.
But so like, I get that there's a market.
I think the most I ever probably spent on that Star Wars game, like in total, and I've probably played it for 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah,
I would say 4 to err on the safe side. And I've probably spent maybe $30 on that game. So like compared to like a $60 new game, I've spent less than that over a longer course of time. So I'm not really mad about it.
Yeah, I mean, do whatever you want with your money. I don't give a shit.
But like people that spend $100, $200, like that's crazy.
Well, and I get that there's a market for it, but I just like as far as like general audience, right? Like everybody takes pictures, and everyone's obsessed with like Instagram and bullshit. So I get like focusing
the camera,
your phone on the camera,
right?
There's like 7 people in the U.S. that play mobile games. You're one of them, apparently.
Used to be. I'm out of the game.
But seriously, like I don't think the numbers makes like I get it from a monetary perspective because people love that. Well, people hate it, but they pay to win.
Well, and not to mention like the whole like subscription thing is just everything's fucking a subscription at this point, and so that also makes sense that they're going to do that. But again, like I just don't see it being that
what was it
successful.
What is it like $5.99 a month or something, or $4.99 a month?
$4.99 I think it was $5. I think it was $4.99.
Yeah, I think it was funny because they were like Arcade $4.99 a month, and then they said some other Oh, Apple TV.
Apple TV Plus. Yeah.
$4.99 a month. I was like just waiting for like, and now you can get cocaine from your phone. $4.99 a month.
$4.99 a month.
Everything's $4.99 a month here at Apple until you're paying us $3,000 a month. That's all in chunks of $5.
That's one thing I would say would probably be worth it is Apple TV Plus because there's a couple shows on there that do look really good.
I'm waiting for some kind of streaming service that like buys the licensing and is able to funnel down like the good content.
Kind of. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know because if you think of it this way, like something that I thought was going to be great too was Movies Anywhere, and now they're going out of business or have. I don't know.
I mean, Vudu's still there.
Well, yeah, but that's different. That's like the one company. So like Movies Anywhere would take everything from Vudu, your Apple, and like another company that went away was like UHD or UHX or something like that.
I don't know that one.
I think they either sold to Vudu or
that was the thing about Movies Anywhere was that you could funnel all your purchases through
Amazon
Movie Anywhere.
Yeah.
But then it would like update to Vudu. Like you wouldn't watch them on Movies Anywhere's platform.
Okay.
It would get pushed to Vudu.
Was it really? So when you clicked the movie to watch it, it would open up that other application?
I think so.
Oh, that's really annoying.
It was really weird how it worked. It was like, this is your one-stop shop for all your accounts. You just get it. Like you get, when you buy iTunes, like you get a Movies Anywhere code. But then it would like update your purchases on Vudu or something. It was really weird.
See, that's basically like going to Blockbuster for video games instead of going to the Xbox store, the Nintendo store. You go to Blockbuster to get all of your video games, but like you still have to like have a Nintendo to play that game. It's not as streamlined as they make it seem like.
Yeah.
It was a bad metaphor, but
you
get what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I just don't. So just having that in mind, I don't necessarily see that happening. And I also look at all of these other big corporations pulling their rights from Netflix, or I should say, not renewing their license to Netflix because they're doing their own streaming service now as well. And so I just don't think there's going to be this overarching thing that's going to be able to hold all this because everyone's just going to want to. It's so easy and cheap for everyone to just host it themselves. But like,
I don't know, man. Like at some point, you get the market share you're going to get, and then you have to figure out how to break into new markets. No,
it like dimmed it as I weird. Anyways, sorry.
I just think like at some point, it's gonna be like the HBO, Stars, whatever the other companies are, where they're like trying to sell their own packages on top of cable.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at some point you're probably going to get to where you've gotten, so you're going to have to release your content on other platforms. Like HBO isn't like iRobot or Mr. Robot like an HBO show, but then like in a season ahead, then they release it on Amazon. Similar to like Always Sunny on Hulu. It takes like a year or whatever for the newest Always Sunny season to get on Hulu.
Yeah,
I think my guess is that's probably like. Because cable's going to go away, right? Like cable's going to be gone
eventually.
Soon.
I don't. Honestly,
5 years.
I don't see. That's what I've always.
5 years.
That's what I've always thought. I've always thought that, but I don't know how true that is.
I'm calling it now. 2024, cable is gone.
I don't think so. I would say 10. I think 10 years is a little bit more accurate.
I think the only thing saving cable is sports.
Correct.
And like all sports is going to get moved.
Sports and news. Because honestly, like
I know, I get it, but like all sports is going to get moved to streaming.
Well, and they already. So I think of it this way too. Like ESPN and all that stuff, they already are on like YouTube TV, like whatever DirecTV's thing is, where you only have to pay for like a few channels because that's technically not cable; it's through the internet. Whatever they have their thing as.
Well, and like. Disney owns like all of that shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So once Disney's platform is up and running,
like you think like ESPN, like even like live ESPN is just going to end up on Disney Plus eventually,
or some kind something of like that. Yeah. Like you're going to get Disney's plus package, and it's going to include sports and your fucking Disney bullshit.
I totally agree.
And then it's going to be gone.
I don't think it's going to happen soon as you.
I think once sports is on there, I think once Disney Plus is up, and if they move sports on the platform, I think cable's done.
You also have to assume that this is like their number one priority, which I think it should be. I think it's going to make them like buku fucking bucks to do this. But I don't know. It's interesting.
I mean, the infrastructure is going to be there, right? So I think it's going to be around for a while, but I just like similar to, phone lines. I think like you can get a phone line now, but like they're like who actually has a phone line?
Right. Yeah.
No one, basically.
Right. Well, yeah, I was going to say that's the thing. Like those cables are already like all running underground. Like eventually they're just not going to be. There will be like no current be running through that shit because eventually you're not going to be able to purchase cable. Eventually.
Correct. Well, I think also like technically the lines are run, but eventually the infrastructure that's behind them gets swapped out for new switches that are only, fiber optic cables and
Yeah, but like it's not like they're gonna rip out all that old like coax and shit like that.
Correct, but if the infrastructure isn't there anymore to actually utilize the coax, they might not rip it out, but like there's nothing on the other side.
I agree. That's what I'm saying is eventually there's nothing is going to be running through those cables anymore.
Like especially in cities, right? Like probably there's fucking POTS lines or phone lines run all over the place, but the providers are like they're not connected to anything anymore.
No, everything's cloud or fucking wireless. Yeah. At this point, like that's definitely like the way things are going.
Yeah.
So,
I saw like a snippet of a video or something, like an advertisement. So I just blew right past it.
Yeah.
But they were saying that, like with SpaceX, Elon Musk's trying to create satellite internet infrastructure.
That's very interesting.
I mean, there's still satellite internet connections, but they're not very good.
Right.
I think probably because
like currently there is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably because density of satellites and positioning, and I don't know all the science behind it, but
it probably has to do something with waves too, right? Like we have like an insane abundance of waves pulsing through our air all around us.
Couldn't tell you. But it's interesting because it's like, you heavily increase the infrastructure of satellites, in space.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the speed does go up, and maybe eventually we literally just don't have any. We're not connected to cables at all.
Right. All just fucking wireless.
It'd be dope.
It'd be nuts. That's the way it should be. And this is what I've been talking about for a long time, man. I've been fucking saying free fucking worldwide Wi-Fi. I'm in a desert. I'm in a mountain. I should have fucking free Wi-Fi.
There you go.
That's all I'm saying.
Thank you, Elon Musk.
Yep.
It's coming up. Maybe.
Good. Should not ever be without internet, no matter where I am.
Though he does a lot of projects that just don't ever happen, like the Boring Company, fucking digging holes and I don't know. The website was up for 24 hours. I don't know,
man. Yeah, he's fucking psycho, but he gets shit done, so I respect that.
I'm about it.
Yeah, same. Well, he's just I'm never gonna criticize someone for being creative for the sake of just being creative.
He the thing I love about it is
I'm crushing this.
No, I know. Me too. Dude, me too.
We are gonna need 3.
The thing I love about it is he feels like the normal person, but resources and he's a smart dude to do it. So you were I should just have internet everywhere. He's he went on a hike and was the fuck, I don't have internet here.
And then he was did something.
I could probably do this.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this.
Mm-hmm. Guaranteed. Which is awesome. That's great.
He's I hate having to go to the gas station every week. Fuck that. I just want to plug my car in when I get home.
We're going to make that happen.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of goes back to what we were just saying a little bit earlier, too. If you got the money to do it, fucking
Yeah, I mean, he's got.
Whatever.
I mean, he's a smart dude, and he's got the money to do it, the resources. Like,
right.
I bet it. It's the way the world should be.
Agreed. Honestly, keep pushing capitalism, man.
I'm a believer.
Moving it forward. Come on, brother.
We should talk about the beer, especially now that we're almost done. I want to talk about the beer.
Well, so I was thinking too. I was like, should we just do a shorter podcast, anyways?
Maybe.
I mean,
Sure.
But I'm just gonna finish this beer and open the other one.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, you said talk about this beer, and I'm like, I don't have much left to talk about. Yeah,
I know. Well, you don't have much left to drink, but you have plenty to talk about.
Debatable. Yeah, you're right.
I don't know.
You're right.
But I just like it's, especially because we're drinking it so fast. I'm like, it's just so good.
No, I know. Yeah, like I don't want to drink it slow just because I want to get a good time. Like we'll fucking after I open this and maybe after I take like a few sips, we can just get into it then.
Yeah.
Same with you. I'll probably be done.
It'll be in like 10 seconds. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's fine. I agree. Let's fucking do it. Okay. But so last week we did watch Point Break, but we still couldn't go a week without talking about fucking Fast and Furious. I think the Willie Mays is probably like the only week we've ever gone without fucking bringing it up, is what it feels like at least.
Did we talk about Fast and Furious?
With Point Break? Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, I was trying to remember the conversation, and I was like, oh yeah, because I couldn't remember if we talked about it on the podcast or you and I just talked about it.
Yeah, no, we did. We talked about it during the movie, and then on the podcast, we brought it up on the podcast, not as extensively as we did during the movie.
Entire movie, we broke down all the similarities between.
Like, oh, this scene is like exactly like this scene in fucking Fast and Furious. Like, oh my gosh, he let his mark go, just like in
it was the whole thing.
They're the same fucking movie. GG Paul Walker for doing his homework. Also, R.I.P. That was a good time, dude. It was a great time, and we should probably do things like that more often. We don't have to go as hard in the paint as we did, but at the same time, like we could do that for relatively cheap.
Yeah, especially if we just like that time, like you said, we went hard to the paint. We extensively went popcorn, nachos, candy. Like we don't have to do that. We could just be like,
realistically, if we just had nachos,
thing,
I'd be so happy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like fucking cheese.
Not
salsa,
that we can't eat other snacks, but
totally, yeah. But bare minimum, like cheese, salsa, and chips. Because that's another thing too. Is like the salsa on the side was good. I was not mad about that. I would do that again. The guac, I was so sad it wasn't better.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I love guac, but
well, if you guys liked it, let us know.
If you don't know what the fuck we're talking about,
go watch it. Let us know if you want us to hit you up with that nacho recipe, video style.
Do we have an audio version of that?
Yeah.
It's just a lot shorter. Or about the same.
It's about the same.
Yeah,
because there's none of the music or scenes, just the audio.
Right, so it's probably just less than 5 minutes shorter, huh?
I don't know.
I would imagine.
Didn't look at it at all.
I would imagine. But either way, I highly suggest you watch the video version of it. It's just we curated it more for that.
There's not a lot of time that's spent on the video portion. It's just a couple cool.
But it's nice. It's cool. Yeah, bells and whistles. Sword fights, apparently. I don't know. We might be crossing streams.
Stop that.
I don't know.
Zoolander reference.
Yeah, sorry. Not cool enough. I actually never have seen Zoolander. Sorry. I know. I'll just leave.
One of us has to. I'm about to leave, so...
what was it? What was it in Zoolander 2 that had come out after all these years finally?
Yes, I never watched it. Fuck that.
Right.
I don't want to ruin it.
Well, it was much like Anchorman 2. Anchorman 2 fucking sucked, I thought. I thought it was funny parts.
Very decent because of the funny parts, but the majority of the movie, really boring.
Yeah. Yeah, the actual plot of the movie is just really boring. Whereas I don't know. As dumb as the first movie was, it actually surprisingly had a pretty decent plot.
Yes.
Like it really held up. Like that, I think that plot carried all of the comedy throughout the movie. So
same thing with Zoolander. I think Zoolander didn't. If I remember correctly, Zoolander came out like right around 9/11, like within like days or something.
Yeah,
it was just like didn't get very much traction or attention because of that. Like it did really shitty at the box office because it was going to see movies.
Right.
But you got to watch it. You guys, if you haven't seen it, watch it.
It's definitely like
movie.
It's definitely has gained a lot over time, though. I mean, it's. I think people appreciate it so much now over time. I mean, it's fucking Ben Stiller, Will Ferrell. Like, come on, how do you
Owen
not? Owen Wilson, yeah. Like, how do you can't go wrong with those guys? Honestly, I just fucking
David
watched David Bowie.
He's in it.
Rip. Man, all the good ones are gone. So, yeah. All right, we're getting this beer.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
this head is just such a soft pillow.
That is what she said.
You can write that down on the looks.
Here we go. That is such a soft pillow. Super agreed, though. I mean, yeah, it's nice. Feels good in the lips. Also what she said. But honestly, like I just love some good foam, dude. Like, I don't know. I have nothing else to add to that. I just love good foam.
Loves good foam.
I don't know. Cool, because like I'll be drinking with other people and someone's like, oh my gosh, no, I don't want any of that. I'm like, but it's like part of the experience. It's nice. I like it.
And we've talked about this when we go to breweries all the time. Like so many people are like, they like pour out the head and fill it with beer. I'm like, I'm okay with 14 ounces of beer in like the lip of head.
Like the extra 2 ounces is just not going to really do it. It's pretty much going to be spit by the time it gets down here anyway. So what does it fucking matter? Like, let's be real. So anyways, moving on. The head is so soft and nice on the lips.
It's got a very orange color.
Much orange.
Very orange.
Almost amber?
Almost. I mean, it is a little bit like of a darker like taste to it as well.
It does. Yeah, I see what you mean by that. I think
almost a little like metallic.
It kind of has, I don't know how to describe this. So let me
taste it like in the context of metallic and see if I'm getting this, because like I don't know if it's just me here, but like I almost like not a lot, but like a metallic sweetness, like put like a couple pennies in your mouth. Not like a crazy amount, but there's like a metallic sweetness on the end there.
Definitely on the end. I think I'd be reaching for it. Not to say it's not there, but I'd be reaching for it, like mid-drink.
No, not mid-drink, but at the end.
On the end, yeah. I could see the end. I could see that. Sorry, I cannot do this. But anyways, so diverging from the fucking taste, back to smell. Because the taste is interesting, and I have thoughts. You know what I mean?
You have thoughts.
I've got thoughts, one or two. But smell, Levi. Let me know what's creeping up into the nostrils of yours, if you will. I hope you would. I expect you would.
I mean, you're our smell expert, but yeah.
I think it. So here's the thing.
There's not a lot going on.
Here's the thing.
The foam protects the smell.
Here's the thing. And it shouldn't. It should do the opposite, right? It's supposed to be like the reason foam is there is because it's releasing gases.
I'm just, I get what you're saying.
But it's just the fucking beer not being super smelly.
Yeah. Not being technical here.
Oh, fuck me. Okay. I don't want to do this, okay? But I have to do this.
Do one of these. Do one of these guys. Do a mid-smell, mid-taste. A smell, mid-taste.
Go ahead. Okay, yeah, I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like that. It gives a lot more flavor in the taste as well.
It does.
When you go that route.
Does. But I just want to open it up a little bit. Doesn't have much, but a little bit.
Yeah. So again, I'm going to do this. And I don't want to do this. But to be fair, I have to. Okay. As a whole, I'm a little disappointed with this beer.
Mm-hmm.
It is good.
Mm-hmm.
I would drink fucking 36 of these.
Yeah. At once.
Thoroughly enjoy it. However, for a fresh hop beer, I just really expect a little more, personally. I expect it to be a little bit more pungent than a normal beer. Not to say this doesn't have a nice smell to it. It does. It does have like a decent like hop like smell to it, and that's pretty much like all I'm personally smelling is that like citrusy kind of hop smell to it. But it's not like smacking me in the face.
Let me throw this out there.
Okay.
Because I'm in 100% agreement with you.
Okay.
But this is what I think about it. And I think this is why it tastes the way it tastes. Well, maybe not why.
Okay.
But I think this is how it tastes and how it smells.
Okay.
It almost tastes like, instead of using hops, they used the soil and the roots from the hops. It's very earthy. Like really earthy. I think that's why it has like metallic-y, like they didn't use the soil and the roots from the hops, but like it's got like this earthy, almost like a little bit herbally kind of taste and smell to it. It's not that like citrus florally taste. Maybe it's because it's so early in the harvesting season. I don't know, but it is very earthy.
Yes.
Okay.
B, I don't know what hops they used. C,
we asked them.
They didn't fucking know. We don't fucking know. They don't even know where they got them from. They said, Yakima. Thanks. No fucking shit.
Yeah.
But it could be early because you have to think now. Like, okay, first off, you're getting them from Yakima, and it's like harvest season right now, and this beer's available right now. So this shit had to have been picked pretty early.
Yep.
And I mean,
process.
It takes
turned into beer.
It takes about a month.
It does.
That's
That's why
about a month.
When you talk about Born Again yesterday, gonna be like October-ish.
And that's why like a lot of beers are October.
You think Oktoberfest?
You think October? God damn it! You think Georgetown? Now they just come out with their fresh beer now. That's a little bit more acceptable, seeing as how this was available
still early
a week ago. Still early,
and probably like based off of them saying we're not canning it, only available for limited release. My assumption is that's not the only fresh hop beer they're doing. That's how I read it.
Almost guaranteed. I would say. But so yeah, so I mean it's fucking the 19th. So you're thinking these had to have been picked somewhere around.
And when was this canned? Like on the 10th? Yeah, on the 10th.
Right. Yeah, right. Canned on the fucking 10th. So you're thinking this was probably picked around the beginning, the second week of August, probably.
Yeah.
These hops had to
about
have been
a month before that.
Right. So I don't know. That's very interesting. From what I've heard from sources, it is, at least from this farm, it has been a good year. The weather has been very compliant in that area. And so if you're having such great conditions, you are going to be able to be picked. You're going to be able to pick at optimal time, if that makes sense. This is coming from someone who doesn't fucking know anything about farming, anything about fucking growing hops in general. Just logically speaking here.
Not your source, but you.
Correct.
Your source knows.
The source knows everything. I fucking know nothing. So this is me just thinking out loud logically. So if you're able to pick these at absolute prime time, I don't know if they were just planted early, or if for some reason if they picked them a little too early, or if they were just done, and I don't fucking know. I don't know. But I agree with you.
Didn't 7 Seas say they had picked them even?
They might have said that, yeah.
like which makes me think like
Maybe that's why.
maybe that's why it was early, right? Because like maybe they went to a hop farm and they're like,
They
hey,
weren't even picking yet.
exactly. The farm wasn't even picking yet.
They said, "Yep, you can use these." Like
It's a little early,
but you can use them. That's a good thought, actually. I did not even think about that.
Yeah.
I would be curious to go back and actually ask them about that.
Because I agree. Like, it's a really good beer.
Totally.
We're not saying it's a bad beer,
No,
but it doesn't like, and you can taste the freshness,
definitely.
but it doesn't taste like your standard fresh hopped beer.
Right.
It just doesn't.
No.
It doesn't have the hop florally notes or the citrusy notes and the particular
I get
uniqueness.
wanting to be like, the early bird and like, getting it out there. Like they're probably the first brewery I've heard of having a fresh hop beer this season.
Well, and it's great, right? Like you and I love this beer. We're gonna keep buying it.
Definitely.
I bought 2 6-packs, even though we're drinking 4 of them.
Right.
Love it, but yeah.
Yeah. So all that to say, smell is not super pungent, but definitely herbally, and it has like a decent like the actual like when you get that like smell of the hops, like it does smell good.
It does.
Yeah.
We're in no way shitting on this beer.
Right, that's what I was saying, because that's why I prefaced it with what I did. I'm like, I don't want to do this because I love Seven Seas, like everything about that place from the location that we go to in Tacoma to the bartenders to all the beers that we've had there. I don't know what you're on about. Yeah, I can read that, but
I'm just saying, like on their can, they describe it sweet and juicy. Oh, it just doesn't. It's just not the taste.
It's like the fresh squeezed IPA. Just doesn't quite live up to that.
Like that's Nick's arch nemesis.
Doesn't fucking live up. Don't fucking call it.
It's not gonna work. It's too dark over there.
If you stay, okay, I was gonna say if you stand there long enough, it'll focus. But
it'll focus, but like look how dark it gets.
Yeah. Don't even bother. Don't even bother.
The light is over there now because we wanted some mood lighting and. Sorry.
I don't know. Yeah, do you really have anything else to say on smell?
Earthy, you get a nice hop profile, herbally, as you mentioned. Not much.
Yeah. All right, so moving on to taste then.
Not sweet and juicy. The first thing I notice, very bitter.
Mm-hmm. Especially for like fresh hop, like we were saying.
Yes, especially for a fresh hop. You don't like hoppy beers, especially if you think hoppy beers are bitter. You're really not going to like this one.
Yeah, probably not.
Sorry to say, but I enjoy it. I really
Love it.
I feel like, and I think this is kind of what you were mentioning as well, I could drink a ton of this without even noticing it because it's not very sweet.
No.
It's like, it just tastes like a solid, bitter IPA. Kind of just throwing them back.
Yeah, no, for sure. They're very light. They are. I mean, not to dip too much into feel there, but like it really plays a lot into the flavor of it too, where like there's not a whole lot of body. I think there's just enough body to back up the hop profile and like the bitterness that it has going on, which is great. And I love that in an IPA too, where like, because I've had some that are like too thick. I personally do prefer. Yeah, sorry. Maybe I am starting to feel it a little bit. I prefer a bit of body in my IPAs. Yeah, I think there are some people that like them overly sweet and thick, and there's some people that like them really like lighter. But I like to have a decent amount of body, just not too thick and sweet.
I tend to err towards more of the light side personally.
Okay, that makes sense. So I think of I'm gonna have a hard time because they're similar, but at the same time, like the hop profile is very different of Stone's IPA and then their Delicious IPA. I want to say it's their Delicious IPA that like the body of that beer is just it's fucking beautiful. It just I think of it like I don't know, like in waves in formats. So if you think of some beers where like the top end like sometimes like it'll just kind of dip a little bit, or maybe like the bottom end, it kind of like dips up a little bit. The Stone Delicious IPA is very much just like a fucking like all the way across, like stagnant.
All right.
So I don't know how to put that into any other words.
Yeah, get what you're saying. Let's give some examples here.
Please.
So like I think like Georgetown Bodhisattva starts low, and like it has like a very like it's like builds and then drops.
Yeah.
Very like
yeah.
It's another good example of a beer.
I mean, how would you? So I think of like Revolution. Revolution's anti-hero. Right. So that one, that one kind of like starts mid-ground and then it just kind of goes up from there. Yeah. It doesn't ever really drop because it just kind of gets more bitter and more crisp at the end, but it has that body at the front end and throughout. It's just that like towards the middle end that it really starts to peak up.
A good example of a drop, I think, is I'll see if you disagree with me here. Total Domination.
Oh yeah, totally.
Starts like heavy, punches you in the face, drops.
Just drops. Like the bitterness and like the hoppiness is like gone. You're left with like this sweet, like thick malty body. Yeah, definitely. So the Stone's Delicious IPA is just like consistent the whole way through. This one I feel like kind of goes the route of the anti-hero.
Yeah.
Except there's like less like body and like bottomness to it.
Kind of like just a slow.
Right. But then it like there's no drop either. Yeah. It stays light and crisp throughout, which is nice. But again, when we're talking like a fresh hot beer here, I just would like a little bit more substance in the middle there, personally. But it's very good.
Like you're not in a kiddie pool, but the pool doesn't get lower than like 6 feet.
Right.
There's no like 10 feet.
There's no diving.
No.
There's no water slides.
You're still in a pool. It's great.
It's a great time.
But that's all.
That's all. I'm just not even writing anything else. We literally just have gone over everything. I'm not even gonna fucking write anything down.
I want to say a couple words on feel.
Please. Go ahead.
It's got a very dry texture. And it's got a good carb throughout the beer. It's not like we talked about Georgetown's carbonation, not like that. Where like they have like the phenomenal carbonation.
Perfected it.
Yeah. But like it doesn't for as dry as it is, it doesn't taste flat.
Totally. Yeah. It doesn't taste flat. And it almost adds this like champagne like sweetness to it. Not to confuse it with like a brute where it's like this fucking tastes like champagne.
I think that's where the metallic kind of comes in, right?
You think, yeah. Probably. I can see that.
It's that aftertaste feel that kind of leaves you with a little shine on your tongue.
Definitely. And well, that just, it doesn't make me like parched, if you will, but like the second I finish this, like my sip, I'm just ready for another one.
I mean, it's why we're drinking it so fast.
Honestly,
just like,
yeah.
Take a drink, you're like, man, I'm thirsty again.
Fucking here goes another sip. Speaking of. Moving on. Overall, what are you feeling? This is really hard for me.
I know. I'm going to give it...
Before we do this, I need to ask you, are you judging this in the sense that it's a fresh hot beer?
Overall.
Just overall, how is this beer?
How is this beer?
Good enough.
You can do whatever you want to do.
I'm going that route.
I
think that's more fair.
I'm trying to get more accurate about our beer ratings.
I think that's more fair. Go ahead.
3.52. It's good.
Mm.
And it's giving it edge. It's not on the edge of fine and good. It's on the good.
Mm.
But it's not a lot on the good. Honestly. It's just good. And I don't have anything else to say other than good.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a 3.67.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason is because I think I enjoy this a little bit more than the Johnny Utah. That I give a 3.66.
I don't remember what I gave you, Johnny Utah. So.
I don't remember what you gave to Johnny Utah either. I just remember because it was 3.66 for me.
We didn't write Johnny Utah down. Or no, we did.
Yeah, we did.
I said 3.7 good. You said 3.6 good.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. I might like the Johnny Utah more.
Mm-hmm.
What I will say is I do have to adjust the ratings per beer type, personally.
I think that's fair too, because you're not going to enjoy a porter or a stout as much as you're going to enjoy an IPA, and it would be unfair to like rate a porter so much lower just because you don't like it as much.
Exactly. I'm never giving if this is the case, I'm never giving a stout more than a 3.
Right. Exactly.
Just because I don't like creamy sweet shit. Like maybe there's going to be some outliers, but like generally speaking,
yeah,
it's just never going to work.
Yeah, and so that's the thing too. Where when I first started my list, it was just a very personalized thing. Where like, even if I could appreciate all the intricacies of a certain beer, I'd be like, this is a fucking 2, or this is a fucking 1.5. Like I would not order this again.
Yeah.
Whereas like for the podcast, I think I would like to be more fair.
Exactly. I want to give good descriptions for you guys to be like, yo, this stout, even though Levi doesn't like stouts, is a 4. That means
it's a fucking good
probably
stout.
Good stout.
Yeah, probably a fucking good stout.
So I'm not rating this within the fresh hop, like because if I did, I might even go a little bit lower. I'd probably say it's fine.
That'd be lower, yeah.
But honestly, if I'm drinking a pale ale, like in the context of pale ales, Johnny Utah's probably up there for me, dude.
Yeah,
it's a solid pale ale.
A solid. And I honestly forget that that's a pale ale as well.
That's the thing is like you think it's an IPA and you're like, it could use a little more body, could use a little more bitterness, and then you're like, but it's a pale ale.
Really puts you in the mindset. Like, damn, yeah, it's a good pale ale. Like,
no wonder it doesn't have the body or the bitterness I'm looking for because it's not an IPA.
Not an IPA, yeah. So that's a great beer. And this one is too. This is a great beer. So, like I said, I rated this a little bit higher even than Johnny Utah.
Yeah.
Whereas I said 3.66, 3.67 for this. I think my personal style, this is a little bit thicker than Johnny Utah, where Johnny Utah is a little bit thinner. IPA versus pale ale. But this has like where the flavor is on this, it is really good. Yeah. So that's why I think I probably went a little bit higher. Where like, although like, because honestly, yeah, judging off of a fresh hop beer, it would have been way lower. Probably, like you said, probably would have been more in the fine territory, like a 3, if anything.
By the way,
okay,
I do remember that I do know the hops for this.
Okay, go on.
It's Amarillo and Centennial.
Ah, okay. Amarillo makes total sense.
Yep.
I am so very partial to having Citra in fresh hop beers. I wish they would have. Yeah. I bet you I would have fucking loved this beer.
So they describe it as fresh, floral, and vibrant on the nose, with hints of citrus fruits showcasing fresh Amarillo and Centennial hops. Yakima Valley Fresh Hop IPA expresses a perfect blend of hop character that is both bold and nuanced.
Agreed. And you know what? If this wouldn't say fresh hop, I would probably rate this beer so high. Like, that's bad of me to say because like we're trying to be more fair. But it's hard. It's hard to kick that out of your brain that that's a fresh hop beer.
Well, the other thing is like one of the things that I'm trying to be objective on is that if you haven't been listening to the podcast, I have a very bitter palate. Like I like things like I love dark chocolate. My favorite dessert is bittersweet chocolate tartufo with olive oil gelato. None of it, like it has some sweetness elements to it. It's not very sweet.
Yeah, but even the gelato isn't like sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, I love this beer because, like, that's why I bought two 6-packs, because I love this beer. It's like super bitter. It
Dry,
just feels good to me. It's dry. I can drink a lot of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't sit heavy with me.
For 6.2%, like, although it's not like crazy high, that's pretty like middle high.
Yeah.
And so like for it to be in that range and sit as light as it does, that's pretty nice.
There's a lot of things that I love about this beer, but a lot of that's personal to me. Like,
Definitely.
I recognize that. Like,
Definitely.
it's a lot of those things are like, these are the tastes I've developed, or like just naturally like. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's very personal.
Yeah.
If I'm going to rate this beer in the context of beer, context of fresh hop, it being an IPA, I'm like, it's. I love it.
Yeah. Good.
But for the podcast. See what we do for you guys?
See what you fucking do?
Sacrifice our own ratings and personal feelings? Jesus. All right.
So,
let's get out of here, dude.
Let's wrap this.
Maybe drink another one of these. Play some Nintendo 64 or something.
Fuck yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe, ring our fucking bell so you know when our videos are posted, which is every Tuesday at 2 o'clock Pacific time, 5 o'clock Eastern time.
Try to point at the bell.
Isn't it like that? Like down that way?
I think it's more to the right. I think it's like almost exact corner. Like,
I don't know. Who's right? Tell us in the comments below. I don't know.
But yeah,
that's it.
That's all.
Bye.
Later.
Really strong ending again.
Neato.